Hello there, this is Extra Drill 1201 here, commenting over Chapter 11. Chapter 11 is a rather large map. There's a lot of flyers, primarily off the sides of the boat, and that means I need to have units basically go as far as possible. I also promote Kagero into Mechanist. Kagero is basically one of my best units in the game. Her base stats are already solid. She's already level 10. Mechanist improves her movement, her defense, and her strength. Her speed is actually generally solid enough to not mind the -1 speed on promotion. She actually does a lot of work in this chapter as well as chapter 13 and as good as a filler combat unit. I have Rinkah here to get some kills so that way she can get to chapter level 10 faster. Takumi is going to be incredibly helpful on this map. He's able to promoted flyers. All the promoted flyers, but most of the promoted flyers actually attack at range. So it's possible he didn't need that crit. It's possible to put him in range of the promoted flyers, and then he can just Oko them at range. So that's very nice. Here we got Reina, who's one of the best units in the game. Reina is incredibly helpful. I don't need Vow of Friendship in this map, so it's fine. Reina is an incredibly helpful unit throughout the course of most of the game. Here, she's just gonna kill some flyers. Jacob pairs up with her, so that way she has more defense, as well as dual gauge. I have Rinkah get hit because her personal gives her +4 damage, and that allows her to run around KO enemies rather well. Here I have Azama just keep Takumi at full health, so that way he doesn't die, obviously. I move Tsubaki and Saizo in range, so that way I can bait the next Kinshi, so I can basically kill as many promoted flyers as possible. There's a strat I'm going to be utilizing later on. There is a Wyvern Rider at the edge of the map that doesn't move on his own, can only move if you're in range of someone, but it's also in range of a promoted Wyvern Lord who basically I can't run on KO with Kagero. So what I do is that I promote Takumi after he's done dealing with the rest of the promoted flyers, some of the promoted flyers. I promote Takumi in the Kinshi Knight, and then I have him I have his HP lowered by taking hits, and I have a full enough dual gauge so that way I can, because the boss has a ranged weapon, he can attack at range. So Takumi is at low health. He baits the boss because the boss thinks he can kill him. However, enemies ignore dual gauge. Takumi survives thanks to dual gauge and then retaliates and Okos at range. So that's basically the jux of this strategy. After that, the map is rather simple. Rinkah and Silas are just going to be roaring, KOing enemies from the top portion. Reina's going to be helping with the bottom portions. Reina actually takes quite a bit of damage from Wyvern Riders. So Jacob pair up and dual gauge actually helps a lot. There actually is a Malignite with a Snake Spirit, but I can't really, that's a reinforcement if I basically walk into a certain portion of the map. However, he's very difficult to run on KO, and I don't need a Forged Snake Spirit, so I'm just not going to go for him. But if you want a Snake Spirit for a Snake Spirit +1, there you go. Here Kagero is able, thanks to debuff, to 2-hit KO the Falco. So Kagero is able to still make progress, because she still needs to go to that certain portion on the map with the Wyvern Rider that doesn't move. It's on like the tip of the bow of the boat, essentially. Here I just have Takumi attack this peg. And I try to see the range of the Malignite. So that way not only can I bait the Malignite and get damaged by the Malignite, but I can also fill my dual gauge and one-run KO it on enemy phase. So that's rather nice. Saizo didn't really need a crit, but he just got a crit anyway. Thanks to the Wyvern Riders that come up, I'm able to easily 2-round KO them, which is nice because of Rinkah's low level. She gains EXP rather fast. I also get Hinoka to level 10, which is nice. As a Falco Knight, she actually has decently solid combat, especially with Silas's bonuses. Oh, by the way, last video I said 4 strength, +5 defense on pair up. I actually meant promotion, as in the Silas gets +4 strength and +5 defense on promotion. Here I move Rinkah out of range of the other Wyvern Riders because I don't want her to get swamped and die, and I also want to kill the Riders as soon as possible. Here I basically sing Azura, so that way she's in range. So that way Takumi's in range of the boss, and I highlight the range of the Wyvern Rider. See, that's the Wyvern Rider doesn't move unless someone's in range, and that's the range I have to go into. Takumi didn't incur at all, but he did anyway, just because he can, I guess. Overall, it was actually really neat finding out the Takumi strat, and it worked rather well. This clear I'm actually proud of because it's just able to do a lot of cool stuff, and I just think that the Takumi strat is just rather cool. Silas is just able to one round KO these Wyvern Riders, and that is basically the end of chapter 11 in 5 turns.